I don't know if you heard, there's a little controversy in Indianapolis with the sitting of the starters. Bill Polian, our beloved, and I say this very sarcastically, GM and president, great finder of football talent, never been in question, questionable human. It's been put out there before. As he talked down to the lowly fans on Monday night on his weekly radio show, assuring us that he had mentioned since October that 16-0 was never an objective because it's been done before. And since you can't be 16.1-0, that there was no point in trying to match what had already been done. And that apparently there is no glory in going undefeated and winning the Super Bowl, because that's just a fallacy. It's not possible. So therefore, he doesn't consider it a goal. If that was not enough to stir the ire of many a Colt fan, what happened the day before on the field certainly was. Why, you say? Well, thank you for asking. Because it's not that the fans didn't expect the big reverse momentum maneuver out of the Colts. It's been standard fare. The thing the fans couldn't wrap their head around, myself included, was if you're playing a meaningless game and you want to rest your starters, why do you decide to do it at your last home game of the season? Why do you do it at any home game? Do it on the road. I believe they went to Jacksonville. That'd be a good place. Heck, they were lucky they even filled their stadium. Rest your starters there. Heck, have them take a nap down on the flight. Dress them all in Mickey Mouse here. Stand them on the sideline. We don't care. Don't do it at home. Also, the timing, and this doesn't really fall on Mr. Bill Polian. Sorry, I can't give him all the credit. This falls on our coach, Jim Caldwell. At what point, when you're up by 5, which is a commanding lead in the NFL to any team, do you decide to wait until you've just received a punt on the 9.5-yard line, that this would be a good idea to start your backup quarterback who has never taken a snap in a regular NFL game in his entire career, put him in against the number 1 defense in the league on the 9.5-yard line, and then proceed to pull all of your starters. And by all, I mean there were numbers on jerseys out there that only a mathematician could recognize, not a football fan. Just kind of blew the Colts faithful away. Not that they didn't decide to go for it. I mean, we're not happy that that's their decision, but that's their decision. But as one local radio show said here locally, when you play sports, you have to have what's called feel, and you have to, feel tells you when the right time to do something is. And waiting until the Colts just retake the lead, get the ball back on the 9-yard line, and then pull your starters was not the right time to do that. The headlines in Monday morning's paper here locally, loud and clear at the top of page 1, 14 and 1 angry fan base. Bill Polian spent the next 24 hours in shock, awe, and opened his mouth and put both of his feet and any feet he could find in as he lambasted the Colts fans for not understanding the game, not understanding the Colts' aim, telling the fans that the Colts owe them nothing, that they need to do only what is right for the team, fans be damned. It spread beyond Bill Polian, the president, to the voice of the Colts, Bob Lamey, who was heard live in-game and then again on post shows on the local radio after the game, lambasting the fans, for one, leaving early, and 2, for booing the decision to pull the starters. He felt that there was no place for that. It was in poor taste, and the Colts showed bad sportsmanship. And I say to him, if you order a $100 steak and they bring you out a McDonald's cheeseburger, it's your right to get up and walk the hell out. I'm sorry he feels that we should just mindlessly sit there and accept absolutely anything that's puked out in front of us from one Mr. Polian. It's just not, I don't think it's correct to have to put up with that. Bill Polian on his radio show disappeared the last 15 minutes of his show as one irate fan was correcting Mr. Polian on a point that he made by saying, we said all along we are not going to play injured players, and the caller asked what was wrong with Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Peyton Manning, Jeff Saturday, Ryan Dean. And as he went on and on, the radio station cut the commercial, and Bill Polian never came back. He was quoted actually on NFL.com earlier today, Mr. Polian, along with a nice little video, that he was surprised by the Colts fans' reactions to them pulling the players, and said that they had been saying since Thanksgiving they were going to be pulling the players. As a Colt fan, this is, to end my diatribe, my open letter to one Mr. Bill Polian. If 16-0 is not important to you, please, sir, please, start next year by starting Curtis Painter the first 2 games.